We're here on the 26th of May, 2022, to celebrate Sister Jones' retirement as an educator at the Loachapoka High School in Lee County.
Is it a surprise or is the cat out the bag?
It's supposed to be a surprise, but knowing Cathy Jones, you know, nothing escapes her notice. So probably the only surprise is me being there, and she probably figured she may have called home to see if I'm there. So.
Okay.
How did you know I knew?
Oh, I don't know. You know
Wait a minute. Ms. Brown called me with that ranch today. I said, that sounds like a setup to me. And you were just as calm in my room. Chief, hello there. Oh, I forgot. My honey buns. Okay, so how did I know this is going to happen?
because you've been in a planning previous.
Chief Frazier, have you met Mr. Harris, Reverend Harris, before? He's at Tabernacle out in the Millstead area. Because if I say shorter, y'all gonna tell me I'm short. In the Millstead area.
Well, let me let y'all, did y'all know it was a surprise or y'all already knew what was going on? Just be honest, we saw what you meant, y'all.
Okay, I had two inklings. One, Mr. Chenier. Wow.
Tell the truth, tell the truth.
Mr. Chenier asked me for KG's number. He said, which one of these? Well, I really thought it was some church business. Okay. Oh, then I mentioned to KG that we were going to do something in the lobby. He said, well, didn't nobody ask me? I said, that don't sound right.
I don't feel good about my Roots Chris. Y'all heard that now?
No, that's
What about you, Mr. Harris?
I didn't know until a few minutes ago. My daughter came in the lock while I was standing there.
Oh my goodness.
And
Anybody else guilty?
but she got to ask for forgiveness too.
Okay.
Because she's supposed to be enrolling with daughter. She's getting a foster child. What you doing now? I'm enrolling a foster child.
Well, I don't feel bad about my announcement now because we got some references. So everybody done told some stories, I guess. We're going to get started. Today is going to be a great day in all capacities. But today we're here to honor two pillars in our community, Mrs. Cathy Jones and Mr. Amos Harris. I know you already had one celebration already, but we want to make sure we get both of them here in true poker fashion. This is just my 5th year here, and I've been around these two for, I guess, 5 years, but it seemed like really about 20 years. Don't know what that means, but that's how it seems to me. When I say pillars in the community, I mean like the backbone, like, you know, the foundation, the walls of everything. Miss Jones knows everybody. Miss Jones, I don't know what we're going to do when she leaves, because she's really not going to leave. She don't know I'm going to have to contract her in if Mr. Jones approves that. But from you've been at all the events. I always talk about some of the coaches that be at all the events, but I mean, everybody can contest in here. Miss Jones is literally at every event, sport, athletics, you know, educationals, honor society, graduations. She's in the forefront, you know, taking pictures. In my later days, it's gonna be campaigning days for her because I'm probably gonna run for something. Don't know what it's gonna be, but Ms. Jones definitely will be right there in the forefront because she's politically talking to folks. She knows community organizations, you name it. She does all those different things for Loachapoka High School. And Mr. Arlen, I know you take some flack. You know, we all do at some point, from students and parents, but guess what? We don't care as educators. You know, we do what we feel like is best and what's right, and we move on. But Ms. Jones, I'm not going to talk the whole time, but I did want to start it out, and we're going to let a lot of people do some talking and reflecting. I really appreciate everything you've done for me. To be honest with you, when we first started, we kind of bumped heads a little bit. But I think that was due to my assistant principal at that time. You ever call a spade a spade? I'm from Louisiana, Alabama, South Side, 8th Avenue, 1st Baptist Church, Water Street, Reverend C. ain't having a I'm going to tell it to you straight. Hey, we end up perfect, I guess, relationship at school and then working outside of work. But I appreciate everything you've done for the students, staff here. I mean, the things you've done really is just something you can't even count and measure it. This is a tough day for me today because we have been through a lot this school year. Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm just waiting. Yes. I guess we're still on bail schedule, so that last bell to ring. I'm waiting on that. But we definitely want to recognize you. And Mr. Jones, you know, I didn't get a chance, I guess, to really build a real tight relationship with you, but just from afar and seeing you at all the events and supporting your wife and being the backbone of your family, I appreciate you allowing us to share the time we did with Mr. Jones. But once again, we're still going to be reaching out to you at that time. Mr. Harris, woo, man. I don't know what Denise is going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. He already called you back, right? Some of y'all don't know, he's already been working, right? Like all this week. I got an email from Ms. Rhonda Long. This week we need somebody to do this. I said, well, I don't know. I didn't give you your name. I said, I'm sure you can find someone. But speaking of backbone and pillar, before those kids even get to school, this man orchestrates everything. You know, we can say it's the transportation director. We all know that's not true. No, it's not. We all can say the superintendent runs the school. We all know that's not true. Same thing for transportation. For our Loachapoka community, Mr. Harris runs everything. I mean, when I say every time sheets, he's going to get whoever needs. Bus drivers, somebody's absent, he's going to make sure it's get covered. It's never a time that we have to worry about kids getting left at the school or a bus driver's out, we don't know what we're going to do. Now, I can contest, I worked at Sanford Middle School in Beauregard. If somebody was out there and the administrator had to wait a whole hour until that bus route is over for the bus to come back with could be 100 kids. Yes. So here we never have to worry about that. We are so blessed to know that no matter what happens, Mr. Harris will work it out. Whether that means he split up the students, put them on a different route, whoever had the shortest route, now you got a long route, whatever we need to do to make sure those kids get home and get home safely. Mrs. Harris, woo! I think he just retired a couple years ago. All right, well, he's at home now. I'm sure you got a honey-do list waiting for him. But Ms. Harris, I want you to know that I really appreciate everything you've done for me, all the staff here at the school, and y'all coaches, I know y'all need to be very appreciative. Any type of event, he will make sure that we have a driver. In some part of the district, if you don't have a driver, you just can't go. So I want to make sure we all understand that these things happen because of Mr. Harris. We got big shoes to fill. I have no idea who's getting ready to take up that torch. Surely you got somebody ready, right? I appreciate everything, Mrs. Harris. I'm not going to keep talking. I got a little program that I got just for me to keep me on track. All right, now we're going to start on the right side. Do we have any remarks from anybody that wants to come up? All right, Mr. Pat, come on. No, sir, please, Mr. Pat, you come on up.
So, Mrs. Jones, when I first got here, 17 years
my request. Come on up.
Okay, so when I first got here 17 years ago, every junior high teacher quit except Mrs. Jones. So we had kind of a challenging group, but we tamed them, didn't we? And I'm still here. And also one other thing about Mrs. Jones is that I always knew that if a kid was acting up, I could let it go because she would write it. I I just said, okay, I see what's coming later today. So and Mr. Harris, I want to thank you again for all those years ago being our bus driver. Like I coached junior high basketball for a little while, just to get tenure once I had to. Thank you, Mr. Calvin. But the second year, I mean, we didn't have money for anything. We didn't have money to pay a bus driver for gas. And Mr. Harris drove every game and said a prayer before every game. Kids really appreciate it. So, and now he's my neighbor for like 20 years. Yeah. So you'll have to come and visit. And they bring me some tickets. He used to knock on my door with tickets from the president's office. Yeah. And then you're the first one to take me in the scholarship for a basketball game. So appreciate all that. I said, I'm going to miss both of you, but we're going to see you all the time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm taking notes everything. I know about these Auburn tickets. What are you talking about?
First gone, now she's retired.
Oh.
Oh, Murphy is so kind.
Hey everybody. Miss Jones was the next door neighbor, and she always called me mentor. We went a while back, the superintendent used to appoint teachers, train new teachers. Not really train them, just help them along. She really did. She was really training me, especially as it got over into the years of technology. I was looking at something on TV and I said, I was a bad teacher now, Miss Jones got trained me all over again. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Murphy, I do.
And Amos, I call him Amos, everybody else call him Mr. Harris. We go back to high school. We got our CDLs at the same time.
Wow.
Say it again, you got that with that? Raise your hand, you got to see the
And like Mr. Williams said, if he couldn't get anybody to drive, he would drive. You know, he even went to the point, he would get his family in to help out sometimes. I did a basketball camp. And then he got his son to come help me do a basketball camp. While he was working the camp there. So, like Mr. Williams said, they are truly helpers. So, appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, how y'all doing? I was not planning on going up here. I was supposed to be going hunting with Coach Chanel.
What kind of thing y'all gonna do?
Ain't no telling. We do it all. But Miss Jones always, I don't, when she come in here to work. How you doing, Miss Jones? I'm percolating. I mean, I have never really seen her have a bad day, that. And I learned that, watching her and being around her, I do the same thing. I'm not going to allow these kids to, maybe have a bad day. So she comes in here and keeps her foot on them. They come to ISS, she come in and they are mad. And I know she know they mad. She don't even care. How you doing today? Good. Open your computer. Open it up, and they don't want to. They don't want to open the computer. Coach, open the computer. She's always good, so we don't miss that. They be mad when she leaves, but they can't. I know they love her because she Miss Jones. Mr. Harris. Hey, look, I've been here. You've been supporting me forever. And when I need something done, bus, anything, ain't got to do with him, I still call him. If you're Mr. Harris, I got you, Coach, I got you. And like you said about Camp Coach Murphy, he came and refereed my games in the summertime. And I just wanted to come up and help out anyway, what you? I put him on a referee shirt and gave him a whistle. And he, remember that, refereeing the game. So he'll come in and help me the way he can. We're going to miss him, I'm telling you. I got your number though, I'm going to call you. All right.
I wanted to rush up because I just wanted to say it is a great day to be at Loachapoka. I'm taking the line.
Can you say that again, sir?
It is a great day to be at Loachapoka. I've been waiting my whole life for that. One of the things that I always admired about Miss Jones is that she was always positive, no matter what. And
I don't know her.
it is hard to do that in our positions as teachers. Just every day, no matter what, to be positive. And it's been going to miss you.
I'm coming back. Miss Fowler and I are gonna come back with some Subway every now and then.
And life totally changed when she got that daggone camera. Because if there was an event, she was gonna be there, and I'm like, I'm trying to avoid Miss Jones. So, made a little plaque for her. Congrats on your retirement. Probably presented to Ms. Cathy Jones. It is always a great day to be at Loachapoka. Thank you for your commitment and dedication to our students. We wish you goodness. This one is particularly hard. Mr. Harris and I are very close. And I didn't even realize he retired until Friday when he came to me and he said, go ahead and get your bus forms in for next year, because we're gonna roll, and you can't wait till the last minute like you normally do. And
Well.
of that, I am very guilty. And I'm guilty.
Yes.
I am guilty. Ms. Freeman, Mr. Whedon, and Coach Edwards. I'm guilty. And Ms. Berry, I'm guilty. But my philosophy is just always let people know that you're there for them and do good work by them, and the rest will speak for itself. And he has had my back countless times. As late as this Friday, our normal concession staff wasn't available, and he said, let me know. And he wanted his whole family to run the concession stand with 2 days notice. I'm going to miss you. We became thick as thieves. About my 4th year, we went to Mobile for a parade, and we were turning, and I promise you, this was the street, and there was a curve, and there was a drop. And he said, all right, let me see what I got here. I said, Mr. Harris, please don't kill us here. Please don't kill us here, Mobile. Well, he took the turn, and he made it over here. And since then, we went and we had the biggest shrimps, and since then, he's been my support system. If I come off the field, and he didn't feel like we did a bad show, he'd look at me and say, if it was a good show, he'll go. So I want you to know, Mr. Harris, I told you that you remind me of my grandfather, and you've been that support system for me since I've been here. And I love you, and I just thank you for everything. Thank you for your kindness and support throughout the years. You mean the world to us, and we wish you the best in your retirement. To the baddest bus driver in the land.
Ball courts.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm White Howard, retired educator. I did 25 years here, overall 40 and a half years of teaching. And I work with I'm on the committee for the state Alabama Education Retirees Association.
Yes, sir.
And I work closely with the Alabama Education Association. So I work close with the legislature. So I found out that Ms. Jones was retired. Ms. Jones, after we worked so hard to get things right for the educators, and you get ready to quit, it's time for you to make more money. So I was very surprised, but I know you're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
And you've done your job. I retired at age 60, 2012. After 40 and a half years, I was ready to go. And I know that feeling. Give it to somebody else. But you did your job. You did it very effectively. And I'm glad to be a part of that bring that journey that you had. And I learned a lot from you.
I have learned from
Being serious about your job, taking the students first, not about Cathy Jones or anybody else. It's all about the students. It's not how they began, but how they finished the race. And you did an excellent job. And I pray that when you move to your next level of your life, that you will be just as successful. That the Lord will bless you. But Mr. Harris, I learned a lot about you. I didn't know you was in the ministry. I learned all of that when I got here. But I did learn a lot from you from trips that we took down in Gulf Shores. You remember that trip? Yes, sir. Taking basketball players to play a game down that way. So I'm looking forward to you having a successful retirement, and God bless you, and glad to have known you, glad to be a part of your journey as well.
Thank you.
That's right. I met Ms. Jones when my son attended here. Yes. And for some reason, he loved to aggravate Ms. Jones. For some reason, they had a love-love relationship. So when I would drop him off in the morning, I would see Ms. Jones in the bus line. I would tell him, I think you maybe 11 o'clock. I said, will Jones come to this car and she say anything this morning, I'm going to beat you. Sure enough, Ms. Jones would come to the car. Martavis, where's your pencils? Didn't have a pencil yesterday. You don't have pencils. We just we know better. But Ms. Jones, I thank you. And he really loved you. Thank you. And thank you for that. Pastor Harris, this is my father. He loved Loachapoka. I can remember growing up, coming to basketball games and football games at Loachapoka. And when I would tell people that, you know, I was a pastor kid, they was like, oh, okay. But what they didn't understand, he was the most loving, kind, funny, great guy. You know, childhood was great. You know, just wasn't just beating you down with the Bible. But I did have to learn those Bible verses. But it just wasn't, it was a balance, you know, and you know, I appreciate that. And it being around you make others want to be better. He always tells us, you're not gonna love me more than I love you. So we're trying to love him more than he loves us. It's a love war. And we appreciate and I love you both. Congratulations on your retirement. Thank you.
I already messed up. But
Hey, man, what your wife do to you, man? You're all right.
But anyway, Ms. Jones, when I first got here, Ms. Jones, she was like a breath of fresh air. She made me feel very, very welcome. Our team was Coach Murph, Ms. Jones, and myself. We were the social studies department. And it was wonderful. We had a good time. At times, I would get a little perturbed, like some people might say. And it was always good going to talk with Ms. Jones, because she would had the ability to just calm me, and you know, it would just, I leave out of the classroom, I felt good. I didn't feel so perturbed anymore. You know? But Ms. Jones, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you a lot. We're gonna see you at church.
Amen.
Yeah. And I think the kids are really, really, truly gonna miss you, even though a lot of them always have something to say about Miss Jones.
Fussing all the time.
They will definitely miss you. And you know, I've heard it time and time again from graduates coming back and saying, you know, Miss Jones would get on my nerves, but I miss her. Heard it time and time again. So I think you've done a great job. And Mr. Harris, old buddy, old pal. Like Mr. Wheaton said, Mr. Harris works wonders. When it comes to that bus, because at times, you know, we having practice at Beauregard every day. Beginning of each season, Mr. Harris, I'll start this day, and Mr. Harris will be like, okay, we're gonna find somebody. I said, if that person couldn't make it, Mr. Harris would find somebody else. If something went wrong with that person, well, then Mr. Harris would find somebody else. And if push came to shove, he was on the bus. So, Mr. Harris, we're gonna truly miss you. We appreciate everything you've done. Loachapoka is gonna miss you. You know, and anytime you're in the neighborhood, stop by and drive that bus for us.
All right, anybody else? Okay, that was talk. Oh, Miss Oak, okay, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna wait and let everybody else.
You gotta keep it on.
I just want to say congratulations to both of you, and I think everybody will agree that these are probably two of the most Christian people you could ever know. Both lead by such examples, and I've never seen either one of them get their feathers ruffled. I know they probably inside were, stewing or whatever, but they never let that show on the outside. And funny enough, I knew both of them before I came to work here in different capacities. Knew Miss Jones just as being a teacher in the system for so long, and knew her reputation, and she's been wonderful to me the whole time I've been here. Never have to ask her to come take pictures at events that I happen to be in charge of it, but I can look up and she's there, and I've appreciated that so much. I know I can count on her to put them in, now it's the Google Drive, I hate the Google Drive, but it used to be the S Drive. I can always count on her. By the next morning, those pictures are uploaded, so if I need to use them for something, they're there, and I've just really appreciated that, and your friendship through the years. Mr. Harris, I knew him. It was funny, we didn't know we knew each other, but my son and his grandson, Martavius, played travel ball together, and Martavius has spent many nights at my house, and so we didn't know we knew each other, but we reconnected when I came to Loachapoka, and that was exciting. And he never has hesitated to bail me out of a jam, and this year I've been in a lot of jams. I've had to get LC squared buses going, I've had to get Auburn dual enrollment buses going, and in the past we've had some field trips that he's helped me with, but I always could just call him, and like everybody before me has said, it gets done. I don't have to worry about it. If I make that phone call and ask him to do it, I know it's going to get done, and I very much appreciated that. And I know there's big shoes to fill in that position, but I wish y'all both the best, and hope that you will still come around and let us celebrate with you in your retirement years. Thank you.
Anybody else? All hearts and minds are satisfied? All right, well, now we got to hear from them, right? Can you know amen? Okay. Here's here from the family members.
I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Some of you I've never met before, but it is good to be here. Just want to say something about Miss Jones. She's the smilingest person. I've never seen anybody that smile, and I'm sure there are times when she want to frown, but she don't, and that's very good in this day and time working with kids, because you don't know how far a smile will go with some kids. And as far as my husband here, Pastor Harris, Mr. Harris, or what the name that you call him, he's a product of Loachapoka School System. That blood runs real deep in him, and whatever he can do, even in retirement, he's there to do it. I must say, I graduated from Auburn High School, but there's a pride here in this school system that's very deep. No matter what you go to, a class reunion or anything, this group, the students that graduated from here are very loved. And I've been to several class reunions or funerals or whatever it is. You're going to have different generations that come, even with this group of kids. But there's a pride that runs real deep. I didn't experience that at my school. Matter of fact, I ended up doing more to stuff at Loachapoka than I do at Auburn High School. I can't remember. I haven't even been in the new high school. But there's a pride here. He loves this school. I was just thinking about an incident not too long ago. I think it was the softball team had to go somewhere, and I think he was over his hours. And they were looking for somebody to drive, and it looked at towards the end that, you know, they weren't gonna get a chance to go. And I was feeling bad too. I don't know why I was feeling bad that they didn't get a chance to go because they didn't have a bus driver. Because I figured, I don't know whether you couldn't go. I know you were at your max of an hour. And I kept praying and thinking, and sure enough, I think Reverend Davis ended up taking that trip. And as far as the band, we've been on so many trips, and you know, together, the Mardi Gras parade, and believe it or not, I walked those 5 miles with the band. We were right there as if I had graduated from here, and I held that polka pride. I had on my sweatshirt again. So there is a pride that runs real deep here at this school, and that everybody knows. My sister and I, we married first cousin, and her husband graduated with Amos, and sometimes we feel like we're one of the class members as well. But I have enjoyed being around most of you, like Mr. We worked, Calhoun said, we worked the concession stand the other day, my son and his wife, and we had a great time. Matter of fact, we were one of the last ones to leave. So I look forward to in my retirement doing more, because like I said, anything that you can do to help a child in this day and age, you know, is appreciated and go a long way, because our kids don't get that love at home. And they don't all come to church, we know that. So we're grateful to be a part of Loachapoka School System.
So just want to say congratulations to Mr. Harris and Ms. Jones. 5 years ago, I met these two wonderful people here at Loachapoka Elementary. Well, I kind of knew Mrs. Jones prior to, but met them here, really got to know them here at Loachapoka Elementary. At the high school, Mr. Harris, the bus driver that took on everybody, whoever wanted to go anywhere, he was the one to call whatever we needed. I was just saying this the other day, like, who we supposed to ask to find a bus driver, because Mr. Harris not here anymore. So how we gonna find bus drivers or something? I was like, oh my God, I don't know. And you know, you take things for granted when they just naturally happen, you know, and Mr. Harris always naturally took care of everything for us. You counted it down. Are you loving it? Counted it down. It was like, I remember, I think the last time I saw Mr. Harris, like, would you throw up 2 or it was 2 fingers? I was like, what you telling me, deuces? What is this about? He was like, 2 more days. I was like, okay.
He counted down every day to me.
He counted down every day. Yeah, 2 more days. I was like, really, Mr. Harris? But you, like I said, you really don't know the things that people do and just how things just run so smoothly until those staples are no longer somebody big. My daughter, okay? Really, like when they're no longer there. You must be really, I hope nothing is wrong, so if I have to please on. Ms. Jones has always asked about my aunts, my mom from Tuskegee, and just praying for my family every day that I see her since I've been gone, and even when everything happened. I don't know what they're gonna do without you. And that
They're gonna have a younger, better, greater.
The Jones has taught parents, kids, parents, grandparents. Well, yeah, I got something said, they talk, yeah. So, how many years is it, Ms. Jones?
I've done 28 here, 30 in all.
28. 28. That's a lifetime for some that you got the grandparents and some, you know. But you know, having been there and knowing that they got to come 9th grade and 11th grade.
And at one time, 7th and 8th grade.
Oh, middle school. But just, you know, I've seen Ms. Jones go from not using any technology to you're certified in what? Now, you got it.
Just a little.
Just a little here and there. To not using technology to being certified and doing it, as the kids say, doing it. But I wish you all the best of luck. Enjoy your years that you have. Don't have to wake up early in the morning, and I don't have to feel bad about getting behind Ms. Jones when I'm running late to work. And the other day I felt really bad because, you know, y'all know the little wire that's right there and the flashing light, you know, you take that right to go to Tuskegee. So Ms. Jones took that right and she just pulled on over into where the
baseball field.
So I could just go on around.
She's speeding Ms. Jones.
So I mean,
let her get the ticket.
Yeah, she just pull on over, just like, let me hit this child. Lord have mercy, because she is flying down this road. I'm like, I got to get behind this road. And I know when I pass the torch and I come around the corner, I see that little red car black. Oh my God. Not today, Ms. Jones. I got to do 40.
The ticket.
Lord.
The ticket is real.
The ticket. Yeah, she saved me a couple of times. But Lord, I done gone around her a couple too. And some of those days are just like, not today. I got to get here. I got to on around you. And she just slow it on down. I see the little brake lights go on, so she said, go on. But I can't wait until I get these years so that I can go, whew, I've given my all to the kids at Loachapoka Elementary, Loachapoka High School. I was just looking at some pictures of us not too long ago and just saying, you know, now it's time to move on and give it to somebody young that's got a little bit more strong and has the patience and the tenacity, the love and the desire to give to the kids like they deserve. So I wish you guys the best. You know, you can always sub, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we got junior high week.
You want starting in the junior high, you can go back. No, you can go back and get level up to me. Snap them in there.
You sure you want junior high?
Okay, to be honest with you, when we were on the junior high wing, we held it down.
Okay.
We come back from lunch just before the fight starts in the gym.
But I do wish you all the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to speak before we get the retirees, their speeches?
Well, you know, it's a great day to be able to vote. I said to Coach Terry, I said to Coach Terry and Mr. Harris, Reverend Harris, Now the surprise is gonna be if my daddy is there, because that means I got to clean up that bedroom, so we have some place to sleep tonight. But yesterday, see, Sharon Owens asked me, did you have a moment yesterday? I said, I did not have a moment. I said, were your eyes leaking? She said, yes. So I'm gonna do all I can so that my eyes do not leak. Hey, Coach Evans. Ruben brought this to me yesterday. And it's a great day to be in Loachapoka. And I said, oh, Ruben, that's so sweet. I was like, oh, that is so, I love this time because I'm doing what I said to people, and that was retire where you still have reasonable health, you have some funds, and you can go and do some of the things that you wanted to do. And that God works things out such that He just places little droplets or whatever, or blessings. At graduation, I ran into a little girl who had been here in 9th grade. And she came up to me, I didn't even remember her, I didn't recognize her, until she told me her name. I said, oh yes. And then the next day, going through my closet, throwing all that stuff out, Coach Terry, she told me, you should start throwing all that stuff out. I read her card. Thank you, Mrs. Jones, for pushing me or giving me a deeper desire to learn. I was like, now God, only you do this kind of stuff. Then I found JC's sister's letter to me for teacher appreciation. I said, when I got it, I said to myself, you're gonna have to do better, Jones. She said to me, Ms. Jones, although you fuss all the time, I know you ain't as mean as you try to be. I said, I got to step my game up. But I have truly enjoyed, the Lord has been good. He has placed a lot of people in my life. He has allowed us to do a number of things. I am 5 years beyond retirement, because I said to my son, we were graduating together when I had 25 and he was leaving high school, and my husband said, but I think at Alabama State, they believe in money for tuition. and so I stayed a little bit longer. But God has been good. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate your input. I appreciate your little tidbits. I love it when the new teachers come, because they give you all that little stuff that they just learned in school, and so you can implement that and all that kind of stuff. I thank God for each and every one of you and everything that you've said or done during my career here, and God bless you. My husband, who keeps my car running, and will say, why you ain't tell me so-and-so is going? Well, you just sound regular to me. And so I just thank the Lord. And Reverend Harris, I know that the church is going to take leaps and bounds, because you have retired and you've got more and more time to spend doing all kinds of things. And then you've got your choir director and your little Sunbeam choir right there, and your matron's president, amen. So everything has been good. Thank you so much. And Ms. Fowler and I will go by Subway every now and then and bring a Subway.
That's right.
Reverend, you not gonna speak?
Well, thank you all. I am just tickled to hear some of your stories, especially about the camera. Now, I'm going to tell this, the backstory with the camera. For Cathy's birthday one year, I bought her that first Nikon 35mm packet, the whole thing, with the telephoto lens and all of that. And I said, she's really going to like this. And she looked at that, and the first thing she said was, how much you pay for this? I said, don't worry about it, baby. You know, the Lord was good. I had a couple of revivals. She said, no. How much did you pay for this? Don't worry about it, baby. Just use it. Now, her birthday is in July. She didn't take the camera out of the box until August. I said, why haven't you taken the camera out of the box? She said, well, I was debating on sending it back. I said, how you gonna send it back and I bought it? Well, the only reason I didn't send it back, you didn't tell me where you bought it. But after she started using it, that camera went everywhere. Now I'm gonna tell you, you all are blessed. She got more pictures of you than me. But we are excited about this new chapter. I went in my closet. I had this really loud floral shirt that my daughter bought me when she was in Hawaii. And I started to wear that one to let you all know that we're getting ready to go vacationing. I said, no, you better go low key. But we are looking forward to this new chapter that God has opened. And we're excited about what the future holds. Thank you, Loachapoka. Thank you for allowing Cathy to come over and work with you, take the pressure off of me. But we are excited about what God has in store. God bless you.
Well, but y'all almost made me cry. I want to say to y'all, I just love y'all. I just love Loachapoka. I really miss you a little bit.
You can sub-drive too. You got sub-drive too.
I know. Well, I really miss it because since I retired in March, I heard about a few other drivers taking some trips, and it sort of upset me a little bit. I said, that wasn't my trip.
Hey, for the record, I told you.
But first of all, I want to say congratulations to Mrs. Jones. You've done great things for Loachapoka. I've always heard kids come to the bus and Ms. Jones. And I tell them, son, it's not Miss Jones, it's you. She's doing it because she loves you, and she knows that you got a potential that you don't realize that you have yourself. Miss Jones is the reason for a lot of it being successful. We appreciate it. And I know on my grandson, she come to me, Mr. Harris, not Montavious. And I go tell his mom, boy, it was on. But there been some great days here. Like my wife said, I'm a product of Loachapoka. Loachapoka is in my veins. I'm an Indian until the day I die. But y'all can blame my wife for me retiring. Yes. I got tired of getting up 3 years looking at her still laying in that bed. I'm up in it before daylight, she just likes to go so good. And I said, I bet that's nice. Then roll around the pandemic. This is what retirement's like. So I got to have some of this, but I wasn't too late to change my mind. I guess so. But I will so great. We love y'all. Y'all did a great job. Loachapoka will always be. I'll be there whenever you need me. Like I said before I left, if you need me, I will be available. Just don't make it every day. Amen. And in the wintertime, afternoons only. Cold out there. God bless you. I love you. I thank you all. Y'all have been a great support to my family. Y'all, I think they just about love Loachapoka as much as I do. They always blame it on me, but they love it too. Amen. God bless you. Thank my son, my daughter, my sister-in-law, my wife, and just all of you. Y'all made this then. It was hard decision to do. I love it. I love what I was doing, but like I said, She be hitting those Z's and I'm up. And I want to feel that feeling. It's been great. And I intend to do some traveling, but I can't.
You can take
For
her
the
with you. You can
grandkids.
take her.
Babysitting service.
Can't get her to leave the grandkids. Amen. Amen. But we love it. But after a while, they got to find them another city. We got to go.
Get an
Thank
RV.
y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Anyone else? All right, well, before we leave, I'd like to thank Mrs. Thomas. Thank you so much for putting this all together for us, Ms. Thomas. I don't know, is there something in the bag? Or? Yes. Yes, you want to get something in the bag for? Yes, go ahead. Then we're going to let y'all take our pictures and fellowship with your family.
Thank you, thank you. I have learned to ascribe to the thought that you're not running from something, you're running to something. So it's going to be great.
Okay, so in behalf of Loachapoka High School staff and the Sunshine Committee, we got your token of appreciation.
Thank you.
And I believe this is from Miss Green.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, fish. Come on, God. Thank you.
And we also got a token of appreciation for you, Mr. Schultz. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, anyone else have anything? Hey, thank you all for the retirement ceremony. That concludes it. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Be sure to join us for some cupcakes and something free.